This is the moment you've all been waiting for, creating our e-commerce sales dashboard in Kibana. In this video, we'll transform our raw data into beautiful and interactive visualizations. We'll create metrics, charts, tables, and finally assemble everything into a professional dashboard. This is the most fun and visual part of the project. Let's go! So once in Kibana, you see that our index is right there. The first thing to do is to create a data view. So what you'll do is come here, still in Stack Management, Index Management, but instead we'll scroll down and go to the Kibana section. In the Kibana section, you have Data View. Click on it, and then you'll click Create Data View. Here, we're asked to give it a name. You can call it e-commerce. Okay, that's the name of the data view. For index pattern, it's asking for the name or pattern of the index we want to visualize. Our index is called e-commerce sales, so I type that in, e-commerce sales, just like this. I'll leave the asterisk. Just like that, it accepts it. If I decide to create other e-commerce sales indexes as well, they'll be included in the same data view. By default, it took the timestamp field as the date field for the data view. And that's good. That's the date we have in the document. We'll click Save Data View to Kibana. Good. The data view is created. I invite you to click here on these three dots, here in the menu, and you'll click on Dashboard. Create a dashboard. So this is where we'll create our dynamic dashboard. Before creating the dashboard, let's first look at the data, see what it looks like and how it's presented. So here, you can actually save the dashboard first. We'll call it e-commerce, like that e-commerce dashboard. We'll come back to it. And you save it, just like this. Good. So you always click on the menu and now go to Discover. Once you're in Discover, you can see that the e-commerce data view has been selected by default here. So that's good. Here, adjust the day range. We have data from November 2025, so I'll tell you here to maybe select last 1 year to include the November 2025 period. You can clearly see that the data starts displayed. Here's what you can do. You can come over here to this icon. Here, it says Show Chart to display the graph. There you go. You see, it shows us our data that's available there. November 2025. On the left here, you have the fields that are in our data. I'll try to add them one by one in order so we can clearly see what our data looks like. But for now, go ahead and hide the chart here. That's good. So here, you can already enter the product name. There you go. Product name. Okay, hit the plus sign. And it adds it to the table. Then you can select the product category. Product category. Okay, I think now we can select the quantity. Quantity. This one. After that, we can add the unit price, then the total order amount, and I think now we can add the customer region for those who purchase there. You see here that we have a more or less complete table. We can also add the payment method. Okay, good. So you have it. In this table, you have the date when a purchase was made, the product purchased, the product category, the quantity purchased, the unit price, the total price, the order region, and the payment method. So it's quite a rich table that gives us information about our data. In this case, you can do it here. I'm asking you to save this table. Go ahead and save it, and you'll name it, for example, Ecom Overview. Like this. You store it along with the Discover session, and then you save it. So here, this table allowed us to get an idea about our data, what's going on. Okay, so now we can go back to the dashboard and start creating visualizations. So here, you click on Dashboard and then click Create Visualization, and there we'll make our first visualization to add to the dashboard. So the first metric we'll calculate is revenue. So here at the bar level, click there and choose Metric instead. You see, metric is there. Take that, then come over here on the left, look for the total amount field and select that field. Drag it. Drop it here in this area. Good. By default, it takes the median. But that's not what I'm interested in. So here, you see median of total amount. Click on it and choose sum. So the sum of the total amount for each order. That gives me the revenue. The turnover for the period. So I can come and format it then. I just need to set it as a number here. Good. and I'll add the $ as a suffix. Like this. Good. So sum a total amount. So that's the derivative. After that, I can save and return. There, I can adjust that, and I save to keep what I just did. So the first visualization I just made here, what is it? It's the revenue. So you have it there. You come first. You have the total revenue since the site started. Over the 10 days, the total revenue is there. Good. So I save. And now we can continue. I also create a visualization. We'll create a new visualization that we'll bring back again. Here, we also want to calculate a metric. We'll calculate it here. First, I select a metric. We'll calculate the total number of orders. For that, you see a record field at the top here. You take it. You drop it there. Okay? So here you can save and return. And you have it right next to it. What is that? That's the total number of orders. Total number of orders. And that. We can even edit and change it. Instead of keeping count of records, we can edit it. You can scroll here like this. You'll put orders like that to save the orders. Good. So with this dot, that's good. You apply and close. You create a visualization again. And this time, we'll still calculate a metric. Here, take the total amount. Again, you drag it over there, but this time, instead of doing a sum, we'll take the average. So the average purchase price on the site. So you take your average to get the average purchase on the site. Okay, and you save and return. But let's go back. I'll add the $ suffix. So we can come back here. I click on average of total amount. Here, instead of default, I select number, and I add it here. I add a space and put $ as the suffix. Good, here too. Okay, that's good. So I can click apply and close. Okay, there. I can arrange that to be on the first line. So I'll move that to the first line. Just like this. Good, so there. You see on the first line, we just got the metrics. The key metrics. The essential metrics that impact the site, we've already calculated them on the first line. We could also create a time series graph. So, as always here, create visualization. And this time, you look for bar. R. You select that, and then you come here to select. In your fields on the left, you select timestamp. You drag and drop, and you'll click here on this icon. You'll click there. You see here, you'll choose interval. And here, you can set it to daily. Okay, to see it day by day. Then here, by default, it said count a record. But what interests us? It's actually the total amount, the total. Right? We'll take it, drag it, drop it here. Good, and you'll select sum. Good. So here you can see the trend. We see the revenue trend for each day. So I click save and return. I adjust it a bit like this. And I can even add a title here. I can enter a title here. I can call it daily revenue trend, like that. And I can click apply and then save to record it. So now we can continue with another type of visualization. Now we'll look at the different product categories we have on our e-commerce site. So here, come over here. Elasticsearch. Yeah. First, instead of choosing bar, you'll look for pie chart. We'll make a pie chart. Click on pie. That's great, it's there. And here, you'll look for a field called product category. There it is. So you select it. You drag and drop it here. Very good, right here. It only showed the top 5, so I'll say, okay, I don't know, I'll try to expand it to 10 and see. So here you set it to 10 like that, then you click close and save and go back there. Very good, the chart is there. Here you have the different categories. I'll try here to adjust it a bit more and drag and drop it inside there. Good, very good, it's there. So I adjust it again toward the end, like that, good. So here you have the different product categories we have on our e-commerce site. There it is. It's very good there. Okay, so I click save. And I create another visualization to add other types of charts. Okay, let's say now I want sales by region. I want to see which regions sell the most. So I keep the bar chart here. What am I going to do here? I'm going to get the customer region. I'll take it again. I'll drag it over there. And instead of keeping the top 5, I can set it to top 10 here to be more thorough. And here, instead of count of records, I'll look for sum of total amount. There, I don't want to see the regions with more orders. There are more orders. I want to see the regions with more sales. There are more sales. Total amount. There. Good. So there you go. I see that in Asia, we have more sales than in Asia and North America. Now that's a vertical bar chart. I want a horizontal bar chart. So to do that, I'll click here on this panel, and I'll set it to horizontal. And you see, now I have a bar chart that's horizontal. And at the top, I have the region with the most orders. So I can save and return. And I'll save that as well. There you go. I have the revenue evolution by region. I'll save it. And I'll continue creating visualizations. So let's keep going. Now, I can also look for a donut or a pie chart. Let's type it here. I'm searching for a pie chart like this. There it is. Now I'm looking for the order status. I think there's a field for order status. There it is. Very good. We're in the top 5. I'll try to go to the top 10 to see. And you can clearly see here that we have orders that are completed. We can see how many pending orders there are, how many canceled orders there are. It gives us a general overview of what's happening with our orders. That's also important. Here, this is a really important chart. So, there you go. I want to see if there are any possible customizations. Here, we'll go to donut and all. I click there, and maybe I set it to small. Okay. You see? Let's try setting it to medium. Let's go to large. Okay. So, I can keep this visualization like this. Okay. And I click Save and Return. There we go. Here, I try to shrink it to keep it on the same line. And I move that here. Good, okay. And I do this here. When I finish, I click Save, then Create Visualization. Here, you'll choose Table, click, and look for Table. Good, this one. So first, you'll look for Product Mem. Okay, you'll look for Total Amount. Good, okay. So what are we going to do here? Okay, good. You can also click here, and here you go back. Product name here. We said we want the top 10, so here you choose 10. Good. Okay, here instead of median of total amount, you can do sum. Okay, so there you go. What do we want here? However, instead of count of records, I'd rather we put the quantity. Quantity there. Quantity, and we do sum. Good. Okay. We can see the number of orders for the product and the total sum. Good. Now we want to find the best-selling products. Does that mean the most purchased products in terms of quantity or in terms of price? Here, what we'll do is we'll say here. When you click here, top 10 value of product, here. We see it's filtered in descending order by quantity. I think it's better to filter by amount, the total amount ordered. Okay, good. And there, still here, in top 10 value of product. We'll go there, do advanced, group, remaining, value, and order. I think we need to remove that. Good, okay. So you can clearly see here. I've sorted the display of products according to the best-selling ones. There. So there. You see the 10 products that sell the most. Here they are. There. So I save and return. And I can arrange things here. There, the dashboard looks like this. I'll try to scroll down a bit. There. And I save. One very last thing to make this dashboard complete. Click here on Add from Library and choose Ecom Overview here. That's the table we built at the beginning. It shows all the orders and what's going on. You click on it, enlarge it, and leave it at the bottom like this. Very good. So you see, you save, and you click on Dashboard. Okay, now you click on the Ecom dashboard, switch to view mode like this, and you see you have a complete dashboard there. In this dashboard, you start by seeing the metrics, total revenue, number of orders, and average order value. You have metrics by day. You see the different product categories, the payments that were abandoned, and the regions where your buyers are located. You see the regions, and you have the products that generate the most revenue. And then you get an overall view of everything happening on your e-commerce site. And this dashboard on Kibana will update automatically. If you go and deposit new files in the samples folder of Logstash, it will do so automatically. You'll see here that this dashboard refreshes and the data is loaded dynamically. So that's how the Oak Stack works. With this dashboard, you can monitor in real time what's happening on your e-commerce site.